Hey, 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 good evening, good evening. What's going on? Welcome to After Dark with Shawn Cornelius. I am the romantic funny man, Shawn Cornelius, and you are here after dark. Got a really wonderful show with another wonderful guest to tonight. And before we even get it going, I want to thank everybody for popping in and supporting like you always do. And what up, Smoke? Producer Smoke is in the building, and want to say hello to those that are popping in. On Hey D, good evening. How are you doing? Popping in, and so let's get ready to get it going. I hope everybody's having a good night tonight. Denise Wilkerson, I see you over there as well. So it's 2 minutes into the show, so you know how I do. I got a very talented guest coming tonight. She's singing in the. I can actually see her fixing her hair. I told her her hair looks fine and everything looks good, but she's down in the green room fixing her hair and getting it all together. So she's going to come out in a few minutes and talk with you all. But yes, before we get going, as I normally say, please, guys, share this. Everyone that's watching, share the page, share the show, and then make sure some of your friends that may not be doing anything. Maybe they'll pop in tonight and catch the episode. So want to get that going. And feel free to comment, question. If you have questions for the guest tonight, feel free to pop it in. You know how we do. So my guest tonight is a model. She's a fashion model. I'm going to add extraordinaire to her title. I checked out some of her stuff. You guys know when I do these interviews, I don't like to do a whole lot of major research because I just like the conversation to be very relaxed. But I know she's making moves in the fashion model scene. I do know she has hit her 2020 mark on magazines. Yes. So we're gonna have her talk about that. And so without further ado, let's bring in and we can get some. She told me she just got back. She's been traveling today, so she's a little tired. But I'm so grateful that she's here. Tarisha, how are you, darling?
I'm blessed. How are you?
Fine, fantastic. Thank you so much for doing this. And like you said, I know you've been traveling and you just got in. But listen, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Oh yeah, me too. Me too. We got so much to talk about because I did look you up. I looked over some stuff again. I'm the type of dude that I don't want to make this formal. You know what I'm saying? It's a relaxing thing. I'm in my room and you're in your living room or chilling in your bedroom. So let's just kick back like we've known each other for a long time. Hey, girl.
Hey, dude. What's good? Hey, bro, how you doing?
I'm all right. I'm all right, girl. You're looking good. So for the folks that don't know you, don't know of you. Let's find out who you are and where you're from, and then we'll get into the business part of this.
Well, hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Tarisha T, and I am originally from Hoboken, New Jersey. I currently reside in Jersey City, New Jersey, and I am your favorite model's favorite model.
Favorite models, favorite models,
That's me.
favorite model. Okay, and you're inside the Jersey area. How long have you been doing the modeling thing?
It'll be 3 years on March 25th.
Okay, hold on. 3 years, and already you've graced 20 magazines.
22.
22. All right, so you have to update that information. Then
I
you have to.
know, yes. It's on my Instagram. I had it's funny because when I hit the 20 mark, two more magazines published. I got published in two more that same week.
Okay,
So
okay. So my information was right. You just had to
yeah.
put it up there. All right, there we go.
Mhm.
So that must be an awesome thing. I've been able to be blessed. I do stand up comedy and music and things, so I've been able to be blessed to be interviewed and on. So that's an awesome thing for people to recognize what you do. When you decided, well, when did you decide to become a model? Why did you decide to become a model?
It's funny, like me becoming a model was such a funny story actually. It's quite simple. I went to Ashley Stewart one day looking for clothes. I was looking for something white to wear. And they was hosting a fashion show casting and I didn't know about it. And so the sales associate there was like, "Oh, you here for the casting?" I was like, "No, I'm here to buy white." She was like, "No, no, no, you here for the show." I'm like, "Okay." So she dragged me to the back.
Right.
And I'm like, what's going on? And, they was like, oh, you'd be perfect if you want to walk for me. So I just walked and did my regular. And it was like, okay, you're in the show. And so during the practices, I started to meet a few women, and they were into other entities of the underground circuit. And the day of the show, I have all my family and friends there. Everybody's super excited. I'm dumb nervous because I'm like, what's going on? And then I finally come out, and I'm like, oh my God, oh my God. And then I came out and I walked, and everybody just loved me. And that's when I got hit with the model bug, and I haven't stopped since. It's been a snowball effect ever since.
That's awesome. That's awesome because I've actually, I did look at quite a few. I looked at your Instagram page and I looked over your Facebook page just to get some knowledge because my producer Smoke brought you to my attention, and I was like, "Yo, cool, of course, let's do this." And I've noticed. I mean, there was so many different images, and I'm sure you'll remember. There was one where you were bruised up,
Hmm.
and tell the people about that because obviously there was a message to that picture, that image.
Absolutely. I'm glad you noticed that picture because I actually have a platform that I'm trying to promote. And I just want to bring awareness to the fact that the Black woman matters. We matter too. And that's basically how we feel. It's a photographic image of how a lot of us women feel when we're unappreciated in our workplace, in our home, in our careers, out in the world, period, in our dating lives. A lot of people, a lot of Black women are very much unappreciated and forgotten about, and we don't get the best proper light. We're always labeled as angry, or we're just treated less than. And
Right.
we're the root of this nation. We're the root of the existence. And we don't have the proper respect on our name that we need. So my platform is to bring light to the fact that we need to have our respect. And that picture, I've been putting that up ever since all this craziness been going on, like with George Floyd and Breonna Taylor,
Hmm.
because enough is enough as a Black culture. But as a Black woman, they always show what's happening to the men, but Black women are being killed and profiled daily as well. And we get a little bit of shine and then forgotten, like it didn't matter, you know? So I just recently earned a title as a global face ambassador for Africa Fashion for Peace Africa 2020.
Yes, congratulations. Yes, I saw that. Yep. Hmm.
Thank you. And that's part of my platform. I'm going to bring awareness to all the things that I just mentioned. And what you don't know about me, my confidence is probably better than everybody you know. My confidence excels a lot of people that are normal. My parents were awesome as far as implementing these things, as far as me knowing that I'm great in me, and it comes naturally. And a lot of people struggle with their confidence. So I'm also the right person to help people bring out the absolute best in them too. So that's part of my platform as well. So I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yeah, no, listen, I saw quite a few really wonderful pictures, and I looking at your pages, yeah, I know you don't lack no confidence. You don't lack confidence at all. So you don't tell me you don't notice. Yes, I noticed.
A little bit, a little bit.
I wish I had a photo album I could just run across this screen during the show with some of your photos. And let's it's clear, and I'm glad you're doing what you're doing because
Thank you.
I'm one who doesn't like to go with the norm. I don't like to go with the system. My daddy always told me, you make your own rules. You don't have
That's
to,
right.
you just follow the law, but you don't have to follow, you can create, that's how rules were made. The rules for models, obviously, for a long time, you weren't in the image of a model. You know what I'm saying? And I see
Mhm.
so many big, beautiful sisters who are just you're beautiful, and your confidence comes out. And you know what I'm saying? And that's one of the things I like about the images that I saw on your page because you have your down look, you
Mhm.
have your low key look, but then you have your sexy look. You have your
Mhm.
sexier look.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, girl, yeah, do it. And no, and that's wonderful for not just young black women or
Hmm.
girls, young black girls, even some older women whose confidence, who don't have the confidence. You understand? And you're doing
Hmm.
something outside of just what you love to do. You're an inspiration. You're motivating. You understand? And I'm sure you know all of this, correct?
Absolutely. I'm told, and I appreciate your compliment and everything you just mentioned about me. Um But yes, I hear this all the time, and a lot of people tell me that I inspire them. They tell me to just like, yes, girl, keep doing what you do. I'm very transparent. So a lot of times, if I'm not feeling my absolute best, I don't make it a secret because you need to know that is real life. People go through stuff, and every day is not going to be a fantastic day. Everything's not going to be marigolds and marshmallows, but you
Right.
know and then some days are absolutely just that and then some. So I'm very transparent about my feelings and things that I go through and experience that I'm not ashamed of anything that I've ever been through. And a lot of people who knew me since I was a egg in my mama's belly will tell you that she's been through some things, and this girl has always been the exact same way. And they see me moving. Now I got a lot of haters. A lot of people say they don't, but
Sure.
the haters is so real, and they come through. And like you said, plus size women wasn't always accepted in the modeling industry, and guess what? We still aren't. But the way this confidence is set up, the way my zero F's is set up, I shade them right back every time they try to shade me. You
Right.
know, and I spent times I've been at um photo shoots, group shoots where they had like a lot of photographers and stuff, and I was like, "Hey, how you doing? I'm Tarisha. You want to shoot me?" "Oh no, I'm not shooting plus size." "Oh no, I'm not shooting you." Like, you know what I mean? I'm like,
Mhm.
it's cool because I asked you for free today. Next time you're gonna have to pay me.
Exactly.
And
And that's the attitude you need to. They don't see your worth now, but you know what? Because I was getting ready to ask you, have you dealt with the discrimination? Have you dealt with the hate? Because we all do on certain levels, but it's just like us as a culture when we weren't respected as a culture, but now everybody sees the riches in our culture, and
Mhm.
we knew this about ourselves. But when you have people telling you no, or telling you no because you're too dark, or you're too short, or this whole thing, and you're kind of not there where you have your own confidence and self-esteem, you might tend to fall or slide a little. But I'm so glad again, especially nowadays with Black Girl Magic and Black this. But back in the day, James Brown was saying it a long time ago. Say it loud. I'm
Stay
black and I'm
loud.
proud.
I'm black and I'm
You understand
proud.
what I'm saying? So it's
Yes.
really something that we need to continue. And I applaud you because of just the way. And I just met you 10 minutes ago. Honestly,
Uh-huh,
you know what I mean?
uh-huh.
And your personality and your positivity is very inspiring.
Thank
Um,
you.
we usually have people who like to watch the show on regular come to the show and ask questions. And one of our resident question askers, Derek, always pops the question is, what advice would you give someone who's on the shy side to come forth with their confidence side?
Awesome question. Thank you, Derek, for asking. What I would tell someone who's shy is you have to understand there's only two answers, a yes or a no. And when your parents told you no, it made you feel some type of way, but did that stop you from asking for that allowance? Did that stop you from trying to ask for something that you wanted your parents to give you? You
Right.
apply the same methods to anything in life because if people, they're going to be no's, but you have to just understand what's for you is for you. And that no doesn't necessarily mean you wasn't good enough. It doesn't mean that you was worthless. It just means it wasn't for you, you know?
They,
And it's the typical quote we all grew up with when we were little kids. If it don't apply, let it fly. So if you couldn't get that yes, let it go. Move on. Somebody gonna give it to you.
right. And I've been told, and I hold on to this, that no is setting you up for your yes. That's all.
Absolutely.
Because you're
Absolutely.
not going to continue to get no's.
Mm-mm.
And one of the things that I know you have, obviously, and to answer Derek's question as well, or to add on to your answer, it's about loving yourself and knowing your self worth. If you know your self worth, nobody can ever disrespect you on any
Ever.
kind of level, and then nobody can ever disappoint you. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can ever make you like, okay, I'm not going to do this no more because that person said, okay, you know what? Thank you. Thank you for your time.
That's
Because
it.
when that yes does come, like you said, when you do get where you're going to get, that same photographer is going to be looking for you like, yo, Tarisha, can I get? Yeah, of course you can. But here's what you have to pay me, or
That's
for my,
right.
or talk to my
Here's my
agent.
invoice.
There you go. And
Thank
that's not
you.
being disrespectful. That's just the way life is. You know what I'm saying? That's the way it is. Beautiful answer to that question. Um, what are some of your goals? Because you're doing a lot now. You've got your magazine numbers, and they're going to continue to rise. You're
Yeah.
getting recognition for your platform. What are your long term goals for this?
My long-term goals ultimately is like getting this new title is giving me something new that I've never done before. I have never done outreach work or anything like that. Not because I didn't want to, I just didn't know how to. I'm a single parent of two amazing kids. So, time is not nothing I can go buy at Walmart. I don't have that luxury of a nap or extra time or anything like that. So I've never been able to apply these gifts with my platform like I would like to. But now that I have some backing as far as people that can help me and like, Claire, I got you. We can do it this way. We can let me hold my hand. I'm gonna take you and guide you along the way. Now that I have somebody, I can do that. So ultimately, one of my long-term goals is to just make my platform bigger than Black Lives Matter, bigger than the word president. I wanted to make it a big deal, and I wanted to just matter and I wanted to be known. I wanted to be such a big thing. And I don't even want the credit for it when it becomes big
Right,
because the purpose is to bring the awareness. And once there's an awareness, things can be handled correctly and accordingly. Maybe it'll push our Black men to step up and really protect us like we need them to, like they used to back in the day before they was taught not to,
right,
you
right.
know.
One of,
My goal ultimately, no matter which avenue that I try to go, is to just definitely leave as an icon, leave legendary, make a mark so my kids can be like, you know what, my mother did that.
right, and that's awesome. You said something that I'm going to bring. I'm going to put up on the camera right now because it's crazy how you said it. This is my line.
I can't. Enough is enough. Yes.
You said that this is something I decided to come up with and to help, first of all, my voice, to have a voice, but also
Hmm.
to help other people who want to have a voice and say something. So when you said it, I was like, oh, there's the hat sitting right here. So that's important because when you have a platform, you have to do something with that. God is blessing you with blessings, not
Indeed.
just to keep to yourself.
No.
And that's and that's you have to share them. Here's another question for you from Denise. Denise says, "Hey Tarisha, have you ever thought about designing your own plus size line?"
Wow. Now I want to.
There you go.
Now I want to. I'm working on trying to get my not trying. I hate to use that word. It's such a bad habit because a try is a setup for a fail.
Hmm.
I am actually working towards setting up my logo, getting some sponsors and things of that nature so that I can get some merch out there. I have like amazing people that's willing to help me and they just want to try to push me farther. I have like amazing fan base that's like, yes, they're in my inbox all the time. Like, where's the merch? Where's the merch? So people want the merch and not just with stuff that I say, but stuff to make you feel amazing. So I was gonna start small, but I'm a big thinker, and now that you mentioned that, yeah, I'm with it.
Listen, listen. My supporters are very, very wise people. They don't just sit and watch. Sometimes they give their opinions and they connect with the guests sometimes, and that's a beautiful thing. Like, yeah, these are things you think you said you start on a small level. Sometimes you got to start off small, but that
Mhm.
doesn't mean your thought process is small.
Right.
Your end journey can be as big as you got to dream big.
I
You
always dream
gotta
big.
dream big, but sometimes you need to crawl before you run to get there. So there you go. You just got some advice to get that
There's
together.
something else. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
with it.
Have you ever put together your own show as far as for models, and were you like the foundation of bringing other models on?
Yes. Yes, I have. I actually wanted to give that a shot because I, as a model, know how we're mistreated. I use the word exactly the way it is. We're mistreated in certain
Okay.
shows.
Hmm.
And I said, you know, these people are getting this money. These models ain't seeing nothing. I could do this. And so what happened was I said, let me give it a trial run, you know, to see if I can work this out. And I ended up making a show called Bless the Runway at my church. And it was a fundraiser for the
Okay.
media department. And I had took some of the church members and that was willing to like do the work and put forth the effort and like go forth and do their thing. And I produced the whole show. I coached everybody and I had children, um, and I had teens and I had adults. I had a whole cornucopia of people that were in the show and all different ethnicities and everything. And I made it a little competition because I
Okay.
also gave them homework
Mm.
because as a part of doing it, I wanted to also do a study on how I can try to help build their confidence. And I can actually say if any of them are watching this, you'll probably see the comments of some of them who had excelled with their confidence level since that show. And I had actually crowned the winner. She was the first winner and everything. And the show, you know, was very lucrative. A lot of people came, a lot of people donated. And I was like, you know what? This was something small that I wanted to just do for the church. But now, you know, I have to make this thing bigger. So one of my shows is definitely coming up soon. I'm going to put together a show once COVID stop acting stupid and shutting down everybody's flow,
Right.
and I'm going to put forth a show because I'm a brand ambassador for a few designers and they're all plus size designers,
Hmm.
and that's who's going to be the featured designers.
Okay. Now these magazines and things that you're doing, where can they find the information, the Instagram? Because I think we have it. Producer Smoke, he has it in your Instagram is I am Tarisha at Tarisha T. Right, that's it right there.
That's my Instagram. Yes, I am Tarisha T.
Perfect.
And a lot of my magazines, I have them all in the highlights because you know I like to just brag a little bit if I can.
Listen, the work you put, there's nothing wrong with a little bit of self indulging, as long as you're not putting anyone down while you're doing that. And because you work hard, we work hard for these accomplishments. And I've learned this myself. I'm one of the most humblest brothers you can ever, I get that. But
Hmm.
people have to tell me, no, Shawn, talk about, be proud. You can say it, you know what I mean? So there's nothing wrong with that because when you work hard, God has blessed you with the gifts. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? As long as you're not putting anyone down while you're pushing yourself up.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So no, go ahead, girl, brag.
So on my Instagram, if you look in the highlights, I have a section called Let's Count Mags. And what I usually do when I'm in a magazine, whether it be a cover or just I'm just and I only have one cover and
Okay.
for now. But when you I have a magazine, I put the cover and then I put my face somewhere on it too. So you'll see the name of the magazine and the issue usually I try to keep that visible. But you can locate all my magazines there. And most of the magazines could be purchased on MagCloud, magcloud.com, or
Okay.
certain magazines sites. And even if you just scroll through my pictures, I have the same pictures there, and I do have their link because I always give acknowledgement to everybody who participated. As
Mm-hmm.
far as the photographer, whoever dressed me or whatever, I do my own makeup. But whoever does anything, I always give them their acknowledgement. So the websites can definitely be found if they have their own personal website, whether you need to purchase their magazines.
Yeah, no, listen, let me tell you something. One time, I don't know make this make you laugh or not. I got the Ebony magazine cover and
Hmm.
I put myself on the Ebony magazine cover. So
Okay.
that was me saying to the universe, this is what's going to happen at some point. Ebony, Jet, and or blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta speak things into existence.
Absolutely.
The universe is listening, God is listening, and He knows what He has you here for. Like you said,
Hmm.
if it's for you, it's going to be for you. If it's not for you, it's not. Here's what Derek said about brag, BRAG, be ready and aggressive.
Yes,
There you go.
Derek. You better come through.
There it is.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that too. That put that up there before. So be ready and aggressive.
I love that. Thank you, Derek.
What's wrong? Yeah, exactly. What's wrong with that? So now let me pre warn you what's going to happen in the next couple of minutes. Next couple of minutes, we're going to take a short break, right? And then we're going
Okay.
to come back with the second half of the show, which a lot of my supporters love, where we put you on the romantic funny man's love seat.
Okay.
And I mean, you don't. Yeah, I seen it already. You ain't got nothing to worry about. But we're gonna get into some love, romance, intimacy, relationship conversation, your opinions. But before we actually do that, tell us a place that you've done a show. Have you been internet? You've obviously done some stuff out and abroad. What was one of the places that this modeling thing took you, where you think if you weren't doing modeling thing, you may not have ever gone to?
Um, I haven't been nowhere really far yet. I've done a lot of work in New York. I'm like, my name is starting like oddly enough, my name rings bells in New York and it don't ring in Jersey.
Not
I
at
only
home.
did a couple of little shows. Did a couple shows in Jersey. Like, my name rings bells in Jersey because that's where I'm from, but they
Right.
don't know me as this like their favorite model's favorite model yet.
They will. They
They
will.
will though. They will.
Sometimes you got to go outside first and then come back home before something
But
happens.
I've been I have been like sought out by photographers in Texas that want to work with me. I was supposed to do a show actually in California in
Okay.
October. And COVID definitely messed that up.
Right.
And that was supposed to be my first flued out situation.
Right. Right.
But for the most part I've been local and that's okay, just mostly on the East Coast. I've had I just have offers on a lot of different states for people and different photographers that's asking to work with me, photographers and models. They
Okay.
want to shoot with me and like when you coming out to my town and Florida, Atlanta, Houston, Dallas, Ohio recently,
Okay.
Chicago. Like a lot of these people want me to come out and I'm like, okay, I guess it's time to start traveling
Listen. When it,
safely,
when it
but we'll
comes,
see what
right.
happens.
When it comes, it's supposed to be coming. That's when it'll come. And then when God says, here it is, you'll know. You know exactly when you're in your season to handle your business. So
Absolutely.
all right, so Tarisha, here we go. We're gonna take a quick break. Come right back with more. Now, don't leave now. I know
I'm
you.
not.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna come back and jump into this love stuff, and you guys stay right where you are because we'll be back with more after dark with Shawn Cornelius in just about maybe 30 seconds. So stay right there.
Okay.
All right, all right, all right. We're back. We're back with more after dark with Shawn Cornelius. My special guest, model Tarisha T. And wait a minute, everybody, the phrase again.
Say the phrase again, which
Say your phrase.
brag.
No, no, not brag. Yours. Everybody's favorite model. Favorite model. What was it?
Everybody, your favorite model's favorite model.
There you go. I'm gonna get that before the end of the show. I'm gonna get it.
Who's your favorite model, Shawn?
You are her.
You're right. I'm
You
my favorite too.
are. There we go. We got something in common, girl.
See?
And look, I ain't crazy. I know what to say. I'm not.
But it's the name. It's the name itself.
Who's your favorite model? All right, your favorite model.
Whoever you would have picked, I'm their favorite too.
I got you here tonight, and that's what it is. It
That's
is what it
right.
is. All right, so here we go. This is how this goes. Second
Okay.
half of the show, we get into some romance. I've written a book called Expressions of Love and Romance, very transparent, and I like to talk to my guests and get their opinions on those topics. So are you ready?
Yes.
All right, here we go. First question. What is your definition of love, and why is it important to you?
My definition of love is when two souls are connected in a different level, like a whole euphoric experience, and not just out of intimacy. It's just like just a combining of like-minded souls. Um, that can just be friendship, relationship, or whatever. And to me, that is important because if you guys aren't connected within your soul, everything is surface. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? And it doesn't have any definition. It doesn't mean nothing.
got you. Got you. Okay. What is your definition of romance and why is that important to you?
My definition of romance is when one would take the initiative to go out their way to just please an individual in any way, shape, or form that that individual likes. Whether it just be, it doesn't always have to be gifts. It doesn't always have to be expensive dinners. Sometimes it could just be a walk in the park. Sometimes it could be a trip. Sometimes it could be a favorite food item that was cooked by you. And that's important because it shows the individual how much you care about them.
All right. Very good. You might somebody seem like somebody slipped you my questions.
No,
No, because it's totally your opinion, and that's a great thing. So all right, let's so now that you said that, which was pretty good, very
thank
good.
you.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how romantic is Tarisha T? On a scale of one
10,
to 10.
10 plus. I'm very romantic because I'm an Aquarius. So I'm a natural born overthinker.
All right.
So I overthink everything that I do, even in the romantic department. Like, because I believe as much as guys don't want to admit it, they like the flowers, cards, and candies and stuff too.
But of course we do. Of course we do.
Y'all don't
Again,
want to sit there and say, "Oh, those roses are pretty," but
who
if somebody handed them to you,
when you're
you know,
grown, listen, when you're a grown man, you will say those things. When you get to the point where you understand yourself and you're comfortable with self, I love those kind of things because we there are a lot of men who love to feel appreciated, but
hmm
coming up you're taught a certain thing and being a man. So some
right.
some people, some men stay that way from a boy to man,
hmm
but some men they learn to understand and that's why I'm so appreciative. I had 5 women in the household who taught me, no, you got to be able to express your feelings, and there's nothing wrong with that kind of thing. So thank you for the flowers. Yes. All right.
Okay.
Now, you might have mentioned what you do, but because you're an 11 plus, 10 plus, give us an example of what makes you that high on the scale. Give me an example of what you've done or you would do to put
Now
you
the
in the,
show is only an hour long, Sean.
okay, well pick one perfect one for us.
Okay. One time I had a boyfriend that I just wanted to just do something for his birthday because he always said he was always unappreciated. He just got the typical socks and underwear, nothing special.
Right.
So what I did was I cooked his favorite meal. Um, and I had the whole ambiance in the bathroom set up with the roses and the potpourri. Like he liked the certain potpourri smell. And I had the bubble bath ready with the Epsom salt and all this good stuff. And I had bought him some silk pajamas. And I had like a nice little movie set up because that's when it was popping. You go find them little dudes on the street that be selling them little
Right.
CDs.
Right.
Remember the
Yeah.
CDs with the movies, the bootleg
Yes.
joints?
Yes.
Well, anyway, I found one of his favorite movies. So what I did was I made sure I knew what time he was coming home from work. So what I did from the front of the door, as soon as he closed it, I had a rose petal trail, and one led to the bedroom, one led to the kitchen, and one led to the bathroom. So I said, pick your trail. I said, pick a trail out your hat, and that's the way that you go. I had a little hat there, and it said 1, 2, or 3.
Mm-hmm.
So he decided to pick 2, and that's when he seen the bathroom. Then he picked 3, he seen the dinner. Then he's like, okay, 1 gotta be really popping.
Yeah.
So I had like a nice little lingerie set that matched his silk pajama set. And all the other stuff that needs to happen in the bedroom, I had that already and stuff like that. So he was like, okay, I think I'm going with option 1 first.
That's all right. No, because again, like you said, we know women love that kind of thing, rose petals, and surprise and the secrecy of what's going on. Men like that too. So, all right, that's cool. All right, so here's another one for you. Name 3 things that turn you on about men.
Ooh, ambition. He has to smell and look good. Like I love the way men smell. And a man who knows how to dress. And I don't mean He has to wear name brand stuff. I'm talking about he knows how to throw it on with some Tims. He knows how to throw it on with some sneakers, and he knows how to throw it on with some Stacey Adams. I need him to do it all, like a multi all
Oh
around.
yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
even
yeah.
gym clothes. You know what I mean? Like
Right,
whatever
right.
dress.
Basically,
So
his style. He's got some style with his fashion.
yes, he got to match my fly.
Okay, okay. So that was three. All right, now let's go to the other side. Name three things that you don't like about men. Turnoffs.
Turn offs about men, cheap men. Oh my god, don't get me started. Cheap men, men with bad hygiene, and men who don't take care of their kids.
Okay. All right. Those are good ones. Those are good ones. All right. So now here, let's go a little bit in a different direction. You have respect. You have trust. You have honesty. Okay. We know
Respect,
those.
trust, and honesty.
We know those are three things that are essential for a relationship.
Hmm.
Tonight, right now, at this moment, I'm going to allow you to get rid of one of those, and your relationship will still be all right. Which one are you letting go?
Ooh, you think you grown, Sean?
I'm a little bit, just a little bit.
Respect, trust, and honesty. And my relationship would still be good. Honesty.
Okay. Any particular reason why?
I would say honesty because a lot of times relationships is messed up because of deceitful behavior. And if you're excusing that and the relationship is fine, that only leaves the what you said, the loyalty, which means he's gonna be here regardless, and the respect, that means he respects me enough to still be here and appreciate me. So yeah,
Yeah, it was respect, honesty, and trust. Right.
trust.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I have to trust you. I can't the honesty, uh, that's such a good question. Oh my god, you stopped me finally. I'm gonna be thinking about that all day now.
All right. I mean, the answer you gave though is cool. It's good because you can go in and figure out how to take away each one of them and still be okay. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying on a level. So no, you're all right. But if you have another answer, just hit me up, email me the answer, the other answer.
I got you. Yeah.
All right, cool. All right. So next one, let's fantasize for a second. You're walking down the streets of New Jersey and you kick a bottle, you kick a liquor bottle, and out comes the romantic funny man genie. I'm a low budget genie because I only have one wish to give you. All right. You only have one wish with me, but your wish has to be included or involving love. What is your wish?
My one wish has to be about love.
It has to include love in it. Yes. Relationship love, not like you kind of love.
My one wish would be for the absolute perfect for me man of my dreams. That would have to be my wish. Like, because you can't, there's no such thing as perfect. So if you're my genie, that means you can make that happen. And I don't want perfect for Sandy. I want perfect for Tarisha. So whoever that guy is that God has for me, I want him.
You want that guy.
So that would be my wish.
Okay. Okay. Because obviously your genie would know you and know what you need and desire for the perfect man for you.
Yes.
Well, you're making the genie work, but that's okay. That's what I'm
You
here
got
for.
to put in a little work.
Just a
It's
little bit.
only one question. I mean, you know.
It's one wish, but okay, that's a good one. I gotta get in the lab and put that man together. So that's all right.
Right.
All right.
Yes.
No problem. All right. So you've been doing very well with your conversation about men, women, up to this point. What advice would you give women about dating men today to help
The
them
advice I
become
would give women about dating men today would be simple. Take your time. It's cool to like be in love. It's cool to be in a relationship. It's cute to want that stuff that we see on Facebook and Instagram and stuff with these relationship goals, bae goals. All that stuff is cute. But you have to definitely love yourself first. And if you don't love yourself first, you cannot give that attention to somebody who is supposedly for you. It's a facade. So you have to actually take your time, build yourself up, learn who you are, find out who you are, love yourself completely and totally, enjoy your own company, and then when you find someone interesting, do not let down your guard. Your standards are set there for a reason. Keep them in a high regard. It's not high maintenance to have standards,
Right.
and take your time. Once said man or woman or whoever your preference is comes along, then you got to learn to shut up. Shut up and take heed in the individual that you're with. Because now that you completely knew who you are, now you got to take the time to learn who this person is.
Right.
So
But
now that you did your homework, that's how you'll have a fruitful relationship. A lot of people don't take the time to do that. And that's where I would say a lot of people fail in relationships. They don't take their time, you know, and if they just take that, they save a lot of headache. They save a lot of aggravation.
sure. Sure. Okay. So now jump on to the other side. You just walked out that room with all the women in there. Now you walk into a room full of men. What advice do
Okay.
you have for men about dating women nowadays?
Men, all women are not gold diggers. All women are not thirsty. All women don't want $40. All women cannot be bought with a bottle of Moscato and some weed. Women are women. Chivalry should not be dead. We like open doors. We like being respected and appreciated and showed love. We don't think it's thirsty. Girls think that's thirsty.
Hmm.
Grown women expect and appreciate it and hold you men to handle that in a high regard. So know that you're dealing with a grown woman. Stop chasing insta thoughts. Stop chasing unrealistic expectations for women that social media puts up. Find you a real one and know how to keep her. But don't waste her time or bother her if you're not ready and if you're not complete. Find out who you are as well and take the same advice that I gave to the women.
All right. Okay. Yeah. That okay. I'll let that rock. I'll let that one
What
rock.
you letting ride?
I'm gonna tell you why. Because sometimes I like to get people's definitions of real. Because when men say real woman or women say real men, I kind of get thrown back because like so that's why I was thinking about asking you that. So when you say real woman, what are you specifically saying? Because like when sometimes when you hear that, people are kind of like throwing it as a negative. A real man would do so and so and so forth. A real woman would do such and such. Well, okay, wait a minute. First of all, I am a real man, but what the things that I do give you the definitions of me being a real man? Like if I don't open your door, I'm not a real man. No, I'm not a gentleman. I may not be a gentleman at the moment, but I am a real man. But people like to throw that around. So when you said it, it just kind of I wanted to hear what you mean by real.
Well, let me tell you. It goes on both ways. Real man, real
Mm.
woman.
Right.
When I say a real man or woman, I'm talking about the individual who actually knows who they are.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people can't say that. They don't know who they are. They don't like they still think that, they think with a malicious heart because they think everyone's out to get them because they haven't figured out who they are. They haven't done the self work, you know. So when I say a real man or woman, you're right. Women aren't being ladylike. Some real women are just not being ladylike at the moment. I curse like a drunken sailor most days, but I'm a woman. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
real woman. You know what I'm saying? It's not always ladylike. So I
Right.
understand what you're saying.
Right. Because I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, no, you didn't
No,
interrupt. That was
yeah,
basically it.
yeah, because I was going to say, how it like when you hear that, it's in a disrespectful way. It's like
Right.
taking away from the man or the woman, like, oh, you ain't no real woman, a real woman that does that. You ain't no real man. Okay, let's kind of think about what you're saying on that level. But again, I just and it's good for me to get people's opinions. That's why I like to do when people say certain things. So I appreciate that.
Okay.
And somebody likes you out there. A lot of people like you out there. These are
I like y'all too.
preach, sister.
Friends.
Hold on, let me get you this one. Let me show you this one. On Derek, he goes. I literally just fell in love with her. My favorite guest so far. Derek,
Hey, Derek, how you doing?
do not use my platform for no dating game. This is not the dating
Can't
game.
be stingy.
I'm not being stingy, but I don't want to be. I don't want to be responsible for the good, the bad, or the ugly. Because something good might happen, but something bad might happen, and I don't want. We met on Shawn's show, so
Wouldn't
no,
that be an excellent story, though?
that would be a great story because this is going to be bigger than it is now, and then I
Of
can
course.
always tell these stories. And my guest, yeah, Tarisha T and Derek, yeah, they met on my show, and yeah, they married now, and they got look at you. So he bragged, BRAG, man. So it's good. It's no problem. It's wonderful. That's cool. All right, so let's carry on. Let's carry on. Um, this is good. This is good. On the scale. Oh no, just give me a percentage. Give me a
Okay.
percentage. Intimacy, physical lovemaking, and I'm keeping it clean for the networks.
Mhm.
How, on a percentage, how important is that to you in your relationship? A percentage,
Realistically important, 80.
80%. And in that 80%, uh, because I asked you why about some of the other things. What
Okay.
does that physical intimacy do for you? Why is that? No, part B. Why is that important as well? Because I know for me what it does with my connection, but what does it do for you? Because we all use it for different things.
Right. Well, for me, it's an 80% level of importance because when you're with someone and you care about them and you actually um feel like this is the one and he or she could be it forever, you want to do everything in your power to make that individual happy. So if your mate happens to have intimacy as a high regard, you can't be on some, oh, I ain't doing that. I don't want to. Oh no,
Right,
what's that? Now, I mean, and I'm talking on some basic, not none of that other stuff that is like, what? What? Not nothing questionable, just
right.
basic stuff.
Sure,
But
sure.
you have a lot of folks that sit there and like, mm-mm. And you can say, like, well, babe, I like this. And they're like, oh no, what's wrong with you? And then a lot of times they make you feel some type of way. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Yep.
And you can't make someone feel like that if that's who you supposedly love.
Right, right,
So it's at a high regard, depending on the level of intimacy the other one is at. So if a person is like highly driven, you have to let them know, listen, that's not really my wave, but let's come to some mediation. Let's come to a conclusion. How can
right.
we make this work without you being offended? And how
Got
can I keep you happy?
it. Exactly. Okay, that's a good one. All right, Smoke, my producer got jokes. Love connection with Shawn Cornelius. All right.
I
So
love Tariq. He is
it's,
so
it's,
funny.
it's all wonderful. All right, so here we go. Let's have a little bit more fun before we close this out. I
Okay.
have a little game I call Favorite Sevens that I play with every person that comes to sit down and talk with me. Favorite sevens, right? I'm
It's
just
my
going to
favorite number.
call something out and you let me know what your favorite is, okay?
Okay.
All right, favorite food,
Italian.
favorite song all time,
Favorite song of all time, Rapture, Anita Baker.
favorite movie,
Favorite what? I'm
movie,
sorry.
movie.
Favorite movie?
Mm-hmm.
Don't laugh. A Perfect Murder.
Okay, I never told you I wouldn't laugh, but a perfect murder. Okay, because I normally don't ask questions when people just say it. I just go, okay, that's cool because there are reasons. Now, why is that? Why is that? One of your
I
favorites?
don't know. I was just always attracted to that movie ever since it came out. I love that movie. I can watch it all the time. Like, it's just crazy how he tried to set his wife up and everything. Like, I love it. It's dope.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I like
It's
how
a
you
good
say
movie.
that's like saying Misery. Don't get scared of me, but I love the movie Misery.
Because
Uh,
everybody says Friday, of course. Those are
yeah,
classics, but A Perfect Murder.
well, that's why I just said yeah. That's why I didn't say black film or just any kind of specific romantic film, just whatever film across the
Yeah.
board. Okay,
Now,
that's
black
cool.
film is coming to America, but that's another subject.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's good. To way to bring that up and give them some plug because part two is coming out soon. But that's okay. Yeah, that's all right. I'm gonna call Eddie for some money. You must know him.
Get that money.
Get it, get it. Okay. Favorite book you've ever read?
Good book. Coldest Winter Ever. Sister Soldier.
Okay, okay.
Love
Favorite
it.
favorite vacation spot?
Favorite vacation spot. Dominican Republic.
All right. Okay. And I patterned this one for you specifically. Your favorite model. Now,
My favorite model, that's hard.
outside of you, your favorite model. Yes.
Outside of me,
Yeah. Had to make that one tough on you.
it is tough, Sean. Um, Naomi.
Okay.
Naomi Campbell.
Okay. She's a groundbreaker. Okay. That's cool. All right. I'll take it. I'll take it. And your favorite time of the day for lovemaking?
Any day that ends with Y.
No, time of the day, not any day. Look at you
Oh,
being a little greedy, Joe.
any time of the day that has a colon. Nah. Anytime, nah. Okay, at night.
You
At
could have
night.
just said all the time, that would have been all right with me. That would have been fine. I would have got the point. I didn't even say this, and you're just days. So you like 7 days, any day with the end of it with day on it, and now the time. Okay, I got you. Nighttime.
Yes, nighttime.
You know what they say? God bless it. So the freaks come out at night.
Indeed.
Okay, that works. All right. Here's a bonus.
Uh-oh.
Favorite talk show host that hosts After Dark with Shawn Cornelius?
It's kind of hard. You know you my favorite. Funny
I had to throw that in there every now and then. I'm very confident
man.
in myself, but every now and then, brother, need a little stroking. So all right, with that answer, Model Tarisha T, you are off the romantic funny man's love seat. Listen, it's been a pleasure having you here tonight. I'm so glad that I got to give Tyreek again props for reaching out to you and having you come. This has been an awesome, awesome sit down. It doesn't feel like an interview. Sit down, we just chatted. Before you go, please give a positive message to the folks out there.
Well, thank you for having me. And I am proud of you and everything that you have recently accomplished, Sean. I see you just got you a new award. And congratulations on everything you got going on and
Thank you.
everything you plan on doing first and foremost. My positive word is basically, you know, be the unicorn that you're supposed to be. I consider myself to be a unicorn in a stable full of horses, and it's okay to be the unicorn. You don't have to sit and be normal. You do not have to be conducting yourselves on everyone else's standard. It don't matter. What matters most is what you think of yourself, how you see yourself, and the rest will fall into place after. And if they don't like it, that's their loss.
That's wonderful. I appreciate that so much. Thank you again for coming through. And I'm flashing up your Instagram. I am Tarisha T, and
Yes.
also your Facebook page, Tarisha T Hicks. And
Mhm.
this has been awesome. Nothing but continued blessings for you in your future. You're such a great spirit. Honestly, Derek had to get this one more time. And look at another clown. Great energy. My number is 908.
908. Oh my, that's Jersey.
Yeah, okay, whatever. I'll let him go ahead and shine. But you can come back anytime when you got some things, some more things going on, which I know you will. And stay blessed and stay safe. All blessings to your family. All right.
You as well. Thank you so much for having me. This was a lot of fun, and I will come back whenever you want me back. Just say the word. I'll be here.
All right, word. I'll tell you in advance. Just hang on for 1 second as I close out the show. I want to thank you guys over there on Facebook and also on YouTube for checking in with us and having your wonderful questions for Tarisha. And there's one more. Good luck in your future endeavors from Denise.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for supporting the show. And you know I love you, each and every one of you. We'll continue to catch you. So share this again, even after it's over. Share it, share it, share it, share it. Things have been going really well. So as I always say in parting, please go with God in your heart. Have a peace of mind and have a wonderful, wonderful tomorrow. And please, guys, continue to stay safe. Again, we know something's going on. Take care of yourselves. If you got to wear a mask, wear a mask. If you got to hand sanitize, social distance. If you're not going to do it for yourself, do it for me. Do it for Tarisha T. We don't want you to walk by us with no mask on. And we got kids, we got things, we got life to live. All right. So
Keep
from
that immune
Lula,
system strong.
totally. So from Lula May and Cornelius's baby boy, I'm Shawn Cornelius saying good night to you. God bless from After Dark with Shawn Cornelius, and I'll catch you around the corner. Peace out. Don't you go
Bye.
nowhere. Don't you go nowhere.
I won't.